we're back up and running. So, where we had left off last time, you guys had been left with the two bandits that Bell had handled, and you were left to ask them about information. And where we had left off, Scoria had put the tip of her spear through through two of their hands outside in the snow. So what are you guys doing?
Does anyone have any questions for them?
I want to make sure I have those necklaces. Did I take them from them?
I don't think so. If it's
I will
not
take
in
them
your
from
equipment page. Okay. So you go up to them, and they are helpless. They are helpless to prevent you from removing the chains from their necks, and you've acquired what I'm going to refer to as mystery pendants. You now have two of
And
those
I
in your
would
equipment.
like to use one of my cool new spells, Identify.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
On the necklace.
you find the presence of a magical aura. It appear ignoring your allies, it is the most potent aura there.
We're potent, Zoe.
Well, yeah, because you're mages. You're spellcasters, so you would have a signature. So the most potent thing there is the pendants.
So recap on what we actually know from them.
They have been sent to acquire Xavier, the dear man who is currently upstairs.
Huh?
As they arrived, they caused a ruckus. They attempted to stab Belle, and she proceeded to suplex one of them and then basically knock the other one out. They were called Bob and Steve, and one of them was a halfling, the other one was a human. They're both flailing, trying to escape. And you don't really know much else aside from they have the same
Have they told us where their camp is?
Hmm?
Have they told us yet where
We
their camp
found
is?
I don't believe
scroll.
Ah,
Yes,
We found a scroll that said it.
Yeah.
Do we know why they took Helga?
The only reasoning you know is that of which Xavier told you. So technically speaking, only Marcel and the rest of the group has a vague idea.
Do I get any more information from my Identify?
Do you want to roll an Arcana check for me?
Sure do. I think I have a good Arcana. +6, okay. Big number, big number. Unnatural 20.
That is a success. You recognize that there is a spell that has been cast on both of these necklaces. Let's see. Is it? You notice that yes. So you notice that the spell itself has been almost quiet, like almost seems quiet in comparison to other magic that you've encountered. And you realize that somebody has manipulated the magic within this item to basically allow it to pass under most detection. It is a scrying spell. You're aware of this type of spell because you've seen both Helga use it, and that is how she initially started teaching you astromancy when you found one of the books that she had on the topic.
Okay. Cool. I'll just take 1 MP from my little guy. And,
So we know they didn't come for us. A different lot came for Helga. They came for Xavier. We know roughly where their camp is. We don't know how big their camp is. We don't know how many of them there are. We don't know where they're stationed, so we don't run into them.
It's also very bold of you to assume there is a camp. You don't even know if they're stationary and from one place, or if they're moving. I just want to point that out, so you don't make an assumption.
Okay.
But as far as you're aware, from what Helga has taught you previously, if they're not hired, bandits do tend to nestle up in camps in critical areas. So that's where I'll say you got that assumption from.
So, where do you take these prisoners after you've got them, huh?
Roll an intimidation check.
I mean, he's just been stabbed.
Yeah, but you're not the one stabbing him.
I am the one that ordered the stabbing.
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean they're scared of you. They're scared of the person holding the sharp, pointy thing.
Intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
It's 18.
18. So, they take a moment. They're pondering, and then realize that you are actually threatening them, and you have an almost menacing aura to you. When the halfling starts kicking up a fuss, honest sir, honest gov, we don't know. We were just hired by these people. Please don't kill us.
can I roll insight?
Go for it.
See if they're putting up a front or actually...
Being
Oh,
honest.
never mind. Hang on. What is my insight? I think it's low. Yeah, so I rolled a natural 1 and I have -2, so -1.
There is no way in hell that this man is lying. You think that he is the second coming of Exodus, the god of judgment. This man is being so honest that were he to be any more truthful, he would ascend into a spiritual being.
Okay, I think they've learned their lesson. We should let them go.
No. How many more of them are there? How many more of you are there?
Intimidation. Shit!
Doesn't work again. I'll get fucking Scoria to stab them again. That's 3. 2. Sorry, 2.
A 2.
Yes.
The halfling still seems kind of intimidated by you, but the human starts laughing at you the moment you try and get more information out of him.
Scoria.
And as his halfling companion tries to start speaking up, he rolls over, twisting his wrist. You hear this uncomfortable crunch sound as he dislocates his own wrist and smothers his companion in the snow.
Scoria, there's something they clearly don't want us to know.
Who's smothering who?
The human. So, if you recall, they're tied back to back, but the irony being one of them is a human, the other one is a halfling. So it basically looks like the human is wearing the halfling as a backpack. The human is currently has rotated himself so that his companion is face down the snow, being smothered.
Gloria will kick, so then not. rotated.
So you kick. I'm guessing the human.
Yeah, so that he's not smothering the other guy.
You successfully manage to rotate them so they're back side to side again.
And then Scoria is going to plant the spear in the human's ankle, make sure it's pinning into the ground.
Roll to hit.
Shouldn't be a hard thing. It's
Yeah.
not moving.
25.
Yep, you successfully manage to pierce through this man's ankle, preventing him from what you notice is an attempt to escape as he's trying to re-angle his foot so he can push off the ground and start moving.
No.
The moment his foot moves, boom, straight through the ankle.
I do not think you quite understand the situation that you are in, you pathetic fool. Answer my fucking question. How many are you?
The halfling at this point starts crying and praying to another god, not Crystal Hoss. Only you would understand this, Scoria, because
So you are not true worshippers of Crystal Horse.
only the halfling starts praying to a different god. The human is staring you down and has bitten through his tongue.
A pity. It would seem that your compatriot here, halfling, is quite
Yes, it
willing
would seem
to
that
let him suffer.
it would seem that the halfling's the only one that needs to survive, since he's the one that wants to talk.
Sincerely, you have my deepest apologies, little one.
The
It would
halfling.
seem
Sorry.
that your compatriot here has only used you.
The halfling himself. Let me have a little.
Is he Bob or Steve? Or Bill? Steve?
Bob is the human, Steve is the halfling. I probably got them backwards, but oh well, that's how it is now. And if I've got it wrong, then
They
smile.
can switch around, it's fine.
And you put Bob and Steve together, you get Sob. Does that make sense?
So,
Or Beeve.
can you, one of you roll me a hearing-based perception check, as the halfling is praying in common under his breath. And only one of you is making this roll.
Who wants to make it? Wait, Florian, don't you have like advantage on hearing-based perception checks?
No. Smell.
Smell. Damn it.
Smell his
Can't smell his
words.
words, unfortunately.
Damn it. Wait.
I can try.
Perception.
I'll give perception a go.
I've got +7 perception.
I've only
Oh,
got
never mind.
3.
Go ahead. Put the dice down.
What did you roll?
23.
23. He appears, interestingly enough, to be praying to a god that you are
Unfamiliar with?
unfamiliar with. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Oh no.
He's praying to.
There we go. Interestingly enough, he is praying to a god you personally are not familiar with, as I can't imagine that you're very
I
religious.
don't think Marcel's very religious, no.
He is praying to Pandemonia.
Pandemonia. Who's that?
Pandemonium. Do I know that? Does Gloria know this?
You are aware of who Pandemonia is. As when you when you yourself, Scoria, were looking at which gods you worshipped, as you were trying to settle on that, you had read that Pandemona is one of the gods that serves under Garuda, one of the elemental 8.
Mm.
The human,
Oh, pardon
however,
me.
pardon you, you can hear a sickening squelching noise coming from the man's mouth, for he spits part of his tongue out onto the floor.
I thought that will shut you up.
Well, that is not as if he is.
Saying anything useful.
Actually, well, I do not think that the human, well, definitely not the human, will give us any answers, and it would appear that we have a shock to the halfling into a recompense. I suggest going to get Bell to relieve them.
So,
Do you want to risk them getting away and getting to the camp? Or are you considering just tying them up and throwing them in the barn?
No. I am simply just saying, go get Bell. I watch over.
so who's going to go and get Belle?
I'll go get Belle. Oh wait, I'll go get Belle.
Okay, so
Okay.
Florian, you go off to go and get Belle, who is patiently waiting on the foyer. Basically, she's sitting on a rocking chair in the front porch, watching the whole thing, waiting for you guys to basically come and get her. And
Hi, Belle.
as you approach, she seems oddly calm, all things considered. Especially considering that she's just watched what's happened from afar. Oh, hello, sugar.
Florian does not seem calm. He seems scared.
What's wrong, darling?
The others told me to come get you.
Alright. And she gets out of her chair and follows. Once again, seeming very nonchalant about the whole situation.
Okay, I bring her back to where we are.
Is the human still trying to talk? Or is he...
No, he is just glaring daggers at Scoria. Meanwhile, the halfling is fervently praying to Pandemona.
I wonder what your god promised you to make you so resilient.
Roll an insight check.
What is it that you want? 14.
14.
Hmm?
You realise that the halfling...
Talk about the human.
Oh, the human?
The halfling's not very resilient. The halfling is seemingly a bit broken.
Well... Okay, then I will not elaborate on the halfling. The human seems...
He's trying to get an idea of what Crystal House offers these people.
The human attempts to make sound, and instead ends up gargling on the amount of blood that is in his mouth. As he has quite literally bitten off part of his tongue, so he physically cannot talk at this point. However, do you want to roll an insight check on the halfling?
That's considerably less. 9.
Realize that the halfling is praying to Pandemona for forgiveness. And the thought starts to form in your mind that maybe the halfling is not the aggressor here. As of the two of them, Steve, the halfling, seemed very, very willing to give you information, and it's his human companion that has repeatedly silenced him. It was the human that pulled the knife.
Ah!
My dear little halfling, how did you... Were you always with the human?
He vigorously shakes his head. And once again, as he attempts to try and speak, the human once again tries to twist himself to silence his human backpack.
Would you like us to take the big bad human away?
He seems slightly insulted when you mention the human being larger than him, and the slight level of patronizing tone to your voice. At least in his mind, anyway. And whilst he nods, he looks annoyed
Fair.
that you're treating him like a child.
I mean, the human is big and bad, so...
Has Belle reached us yet?
Yes, Belle and Florian have returned at this point.
Hello!
Hello, I brought Belle.
The
We...
halfling seems kind of nice, since the human seems like a dick.
What are you going to say, Scoria?
From what I can tell so far, the human is very much unwilling to provide any information and has continued to attempt to silence the halfling. Did we actually get their names? I know that we know outside of character.
You do know in character, as they have
Oh, we
referred to
did?
each other by name. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I
It's a small
low-key
detail.
forgot, 'cause
It's a small detail.
I
don't worry.
low-key forgot because I knew that we were referring to them as Bob and Steve, but I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if we
human's
actually
name-
You
knew.
thought we just made it up.
The human's name is Bob, and the halfling's name is Steve.
Steve seems very unrepentant.
She nods.
Although I do wish that, I do wish to separate the two so that we might be able to get some answers out of Steve, since Bob here continues to try and smother him.
Plus, he's going to bleed out soon.
She ponders. And you watch as she unties them both. The halfling gets on his hands and knees and starts praising and thanking Belle. The human attempts to try and flee, and you watch as Belle jumps, does a flip, lands in front of him, and punches at 5 different points on his chest. You watch him collapse, and he is gripping his chest, looking as though he is in an intense amount of pain before she comes back. Well, that should just about silence him. Anyway, if you need anything, just let me know. And she goes back over to basically
To have a little watching chair.
back to her little watching chair on the porch.
Thank you.
Thanks, Belle.
She just smiles and waves back at you before sitting back in her chair with a little mug of tea on the side table.
Now, Steve, you shake your head at the mention that you have not known the human for very long, correct?
Right, Gov. Correct. And he is visibly shaking.
Could you tell us how you met the Bob?
Well, Gov. These people came to my shop, and I sell wind chimes for a living. Me missus is back home waiting for me to come home, and these people threatened to kill her if I didn't comply and help find this woman they were looking for. I just want to go home, Gov. Please don't kill me.
I thought,
Where
you said,
do you...
I thought you said you're assigned to get the deer man.
That's what I was told to say, Gov. Honest. Would you like to roll an insight check?
Yeah.
There we go.
5. So
22.
5 from Scoria.
Scoria, you can't tell whether he's being honest, but Marcel, you realize that he is being very honest. This man, maybe it's from the way the man is shivering in fear, the fact that you can see an almost familiar sense of mourning in his eyes.
Mourning?
Yes. As if he is expecting to die here and he is mourning the loss of his wife.
Does Marcel communicate that the guy's being very trusting?
He just nods. That's Scoria.
Okay. So Steve, I've already forgotten what I was about to say. Sure.
It's
It's
alright.
time.
Take your time.
You said that you were looking for a woman, not Xavier, the dear man.
He looks a little confused. A woman?
Did you say that he was looking for a woman? Because
He did,
I,
yes.
yeah. You said that you were looking for a woman, but not antlers.
And he seems to have gone a little bit into shock. Well, I was just repeating the script, Gov. Please don't kill me.
I'm just curious. Do you know who that woman is?
He vigorously shakes his head.
Did they give you a description?
He shakes his head again.
Did they tell you why?
Shakes his head again.
So that is only known that you are supposedly looking for a woman.
He looks
But-
completely lost, as though he genuinely has no clue what he was supposed to do. And that the perpetrator is still writhing around in the snow, clutching his chest, but his writhing has gotten a lot weaker.
So, where did you say you lived again? Where are you from? You still from Foundlings, yes?
Yes, Gav. I'm from a place called Wormwood.
Wormwood. Where's the fucking map?
What?
What?
Where's the map? Where's
You
the fucking
possessed by a
map?
demon.
Do
Yeah.
you need the map again?
I've scrolled up and found the map. Which one's
Scoria
that?
starts speaking
Which
in
one's
tongues.
Wormwood?
The nearby one, it's 9, I think.
Yeah. So on the map
Oh!
it is 9.
It's the one
Well,
closest to us.
I will
Well,
pin it.
It will be that it is your lucky day. If you provide us with more information, considering we are heading to work tomorrow, we can potentially bring you with us. Bring you to your missus.
He looks very happy.
Hello.
Did you know this
And we
Bob
can
guy
also.
No, Gov.
at all? He just came to your, like, was it today, like last week? How long ago?
They took me from my home, Gov. There was this guy who looked real fancy like Gov, and
Did they refer to this guy as Archbishop Lux?
he nods, and that's the first glint of recognition and familiarity that you've seen so far. Yes, Gov.
You have done very well, Steve. And first, and I'm assuming that you had no interaction with the burning building recently, yes?
He looks very confused, as though
That
that's
is what he wants, yeah.
the strangest thing you could possibly ask him.
Because if you were one of the people that burned down our home, now that would be a different story.
He looks kind of mortified at the very idea that that's happened.
Now, Steve, you are a very lucky man.
I
Can
am,
you
Gov.
show me your Yes. Can you show me your witch shop when we go to Vermont? After all, think I'm in agreement with Marcel and Florian here that we would like to see you return to your missus safe.
Of course, Gav. Of course.
Yeah, I agree. This piece of shit, however.
Would you like to kick him while he's down? Boss pointing at Bob.
Roll an insight check.
9.
You realise, very quickly,
Is he dead?
that Bob has stopped moving.
Yeah, he's bleeding from 2 different places. 3 different places.
Would you like to go make a medicine check on Bob?
I can do that.
Not so much to heal him, more to figure out what's going on there.
I've good medicine-ish.
Ish.
Ish.
I dig the compliment.
17.
I
No, wait.
I just had a thought about
19.
what would have just happened.
A 19.
Mm-hmm.
It appears that this man has died.
That's unfortunate.
Not from the bleeding.
Uh-oh.
Has he poisoned himself by any chance?
No.
No.
Florian, during the time where Helga has taught you about medicine and all of that lovely stuff,
Mm-hmm.
this man died of a heart attack. Whatever Bell did to him,
God.
Fucking, oh my god!
it's caused this man to have heart failure. And his heart
Damn.
has quite literally exploded inside of his chest. As you can tell by the swelling underneath his rib cage.
Oh my god. Note to self. Do not fuck with Bell. Pretty sure none of us are planning on doing that anyway, but good to know. Has he got anything on him?
Nothing
I think I already
of
checked.
use.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, Florian's already looked, but unfortunately there is nothing of use, aside from maybe if you want to take his clothes off of him to use as rags, but you would be undressing a dead body.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, unless he had like specific robes, which I'm guessing he does not.
He does not. It's like a very generic looking winter coat.
Well, so that's a dead end.
Well, I guess let's go over to Bell and
Well,
when
I
was
am
the last time
covered in
that you
blood, so I would like a
ate?
bath.
when was the last time that you ate, Steve?
He is silent. It appears he has, in fact, gone into a fully into shock.
Oh dear.
To the point where he's not speaking, but he's able to communicate. So he's gone non-verbal, basically, from the whole situation. Where this man has gone from thinking he's going to die, because of the people that raided his shop, to then thinking he's going to die without seeing his wife again, to suddenly everything has resolved itself. And as such, looks very thankful and just nods. Look, you can hear his belly gurgle a little bit.
He doesn't want to look a gift horse in the mouth.
Basically,
Let us return inside and let's get pointing at myself. You washed up, me washed up, and you some food.
so you end up going back to the porch where you realise that Belle is not there. But you can hear running water upstairs. Clearly, she is getting the bath ready. Steve
One step before.
is given Steve is given a. He's basically given a guest room of sorts upstairs, which is kind of like almost like a small nursery of sorts that's midway through being converted into something else. That's not clear what that is. And you are set to have baths in pairs.
Poor Marcel.
With Scoria, you end up going in with Mocha. And before you guys end up going into the bath, Belle decides to take the liberty of explaining why she's getting you to bathe in pairs together rather than individually. Because the thought had occurred to you, it's a bit strange that she's doing as such. Especially since she doesn't know most of you. And vice versa, I suppose. So you'll end up, as you're like drying off, warming up a little bit from the snow outside, not from bathing. Now guys, we'll make sure that you're checking each other over, okay? Last thing you all worry about is, well... And she ponders for a moment. Me and my sister, when we were younger, used to have baths together anyhow. And while we were bathing, I found a mark on her. Turns out that she was about to catch a pretty bad evil, or I guess in your case it'd be a sickness. So make sure that there's nothing strange about each other, alright? You never know. Might find an injury or a cut or something that might get infected if it's not dealt with. Always gotta be careful.
Yes, Belle.
And she smiles.
Okay.
She gives a little smile before sending the two young ladies off to bathe, with Mocha and Scoria being sent off first. And then eventually, when they're done, Florian, you get sent to bathe with Hugmug.
Mm-hmm.
Which is an oddly comical experience. As I'm
You're gonna need to clean the whole bathroom after all the fur.
yeah, I'm picturing not just the fur, but I'm picturing in my head Hugmug being like, oh yeah, like trying to be cautious and be like, oh yeah, you know, take the lesson to heart. As I just picks you up and looks at you, it's like, yep, nothing normal here.
I picture Hogwarts getting in the bath and raising the water level up enough that Florian starts drowning.
I mean, that almost happens. Almost.
He's like almost doing like a donkey paddle with his head
Donkey
just
paddle
above
on the
the water,
bar.
just trying to tread water and stay afloat.
Fortunately enough, that doesn't happen. But, how do I keep getting my headphone cable tied up? I don't know how I do this. Anyway. And as that happens, you get bathed. It takes a bit longer, purely because you got a lot of fur to contend with. So as you're cleaning up, you're having to make sure you're not dripping soap suds everywhere. And then the last pair to go and bathe, being Marcel and Mason. Because my dice went, haha, screw you. And that's I'm presuming slightly awkward experience for you, Marcel.
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
So you're just like,
Complete
yeah.
stranger.
Yeah. So you're just like, yep. Lean. And that's done and dusted. You hear the bath being used by two individuals later. That you presume one of them is Steve, the other one is the dear man in question. You get fed, and that seems to be the majority of the day gone. By the time that you've concluded your group bathing.
None of us find anything on each other.
No, fortunately enough. There are no surprise injuries or lumps or bumps or marks or rashes or whatever. Although you do find it a slightly comical experience, purely because it's something that you've never really done much before. Like you've seen each other, but the idea of investigating one another, it ends up in like little splash fights and things like that. Bub bubble beards.
Bubble beards. I miss bubble beards.
And so you settle down for the night. Tomorrow will be your first visit to this Wormwood location, and probably the last time you'll see Steve once you drop him off.
Aw.
Is there anything you're doing before bed?
I probably want to talk to everyone, get everyone together, and tell them about the necklace, and that it's got a scry spell on it, just to make sure everyone's aware, and then.
Do
So,
others
guys,
know
what should we do
Scry
with
spell
them?
does?
Yeah, Florian explains that basically someone can watch you through it.
Så that means we have a sense what that diet thing. Right?
What did you say again?
That means whoever sends them watched the entire thing.
Yeah, maybe, probably.
Oh,
Meaning whoever sent them knows where we are. That is not good.
Yes, probably, yes. Mm-hmm.
Which means we cannot stay here. Because how many people like that can Bell deal with, especially when they send.
Before planning anything, we should destroy them.
Okay. Well, I don't think we can get anything from them.
No.
Destroy them.
Destroy them.
It happens that the fireplace is lit and roaring.
Will that destroy? Are they like rocks or something?
They appear to be quite a malleable type of gold.
Cool.
So you could certainly destroy the exterior of them. But the gemstones within them does not seem like something that you would be able to destroy.
I guess we buried them then.
Yeah. I'm worried if we try to destroy them here and it doesn't work, it will just lead them straight here. Maybe midway through, when we're somewhere far away, we should throw them randomly.
Oh no, wait. Tomorrow then, as we travel.
I guess so.
Maybe in the town, because then there's loads of people there. So
Throw them into the river, perhaps.
Mhm.
And the thought does occur that the route that Mason has briefly mentioned does in fact follow the river towards the town. And because of how strong the tide has been with the river recently, It would, in theory, carry the necklaces all the way downstream and out into the ocean. In theory.
In theory.
So
But
that
if
sounds
not, they'll just be in
perfect.
the river, and that's fine.
You will
I'll
have to
definitely
somehow
double check.
convince Mocha to give up the one that she's holding, though.
That is fine. Exchange for food.
Or I could just take it while she's sleeping.
Exchange for food. We know that works. It involves no betrayal or deceit.
Exchange for food.
Okay. Is there anything else you plan on doing before bed?
Hmm. Have we seen the deer man
No, you have not.
since the encounter?
You have not. You've heard him when he got in the bath. That was it. Until you've really... That's about as much as you've heard from and or seen from him since Belle sent him back upstairs.
Mm. Outwardly, Marcel will say, "No, nothing else. I think we can just go to bed."
Okay.
Your squirrel will just do a little prayer to Anima before going to bed.
Roll religion.
Roll high.
No. 15. Oh my god, roll 20 sounds!
Wondering where that came from. So hang on a minute. Okay, so that is a 15. Okay, I've taken a note.
Your actions have been noted.
Your action has in fact been noted.
Spotted.
The pair of shadowy hands come up and just go on your face.
You know that lowercase r screen?
Yes. Ah.
Anything you want to do before bed, Florian? Or
I think
Oh.
Florian's thing was the was telling you guys about the scrying thing.
That's my thing.
Unless
okay.
there's anything else you want to do.
No, that was gonna do for me.
Nope.
Okie dokie.
Oh, maybe. No, I'll do it tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
You're looking at me. What are you
Mhm.
doing?
Marcel is going to be getting up again in the night.
Okay. So you get in bed. You wait for everybody to be asleep. And then what happens?
Marcel creeps upstairs again.
Roll stealth. Unless you're using the ring that Xavier gave you.
I'm using the ring
Okay.
that I completely forgot about until you mentioned it. Thank you very much.
I had a funny feeling. So roll
Stealth with advantage or with a bonus?
yes with... If I do this, I will apply the effect to your sheet.
I believe we have a guest.
So you put the ring on. I forget whether this...
It's a 17 on the dice.
Okay, so add your stealth bonus, and because you are invisible,
It's 22.
and you will gain an additional... I can find the fucking thing. An additional plus 20 to that check, as you are temporarily under the effects of Vanish.
42.
You make not a sound.
Glide across the floor.
And you creep up to the door. Are you opening it? I presume so.
Mm-hmm.
You enter Xavier's room. The door closes behind you.
Is he asleep, or is he just waiting for me?
He sat up.
Hello.
And he looks at the doorway. Looks at the door. You're still wearing it.
Oh. Hello.
And then poof, you appear. He looks at
It's
you.
very cool.
He looks at you quizzically. So what brings you up here?
So what did you think of the show?
What the show?
I'm sure you were looking.
No, there is no window.
There is no window.
And you realise that there is a wood panel that has been drawn across where the window was.
Well, the halfling man was basically taken against his will, and the human man was a devotee of this cult.
That is normally how they do this sort of thing.
They seem to just grab the nearest person from the nearest city and drag them along.
It makes it convincing, no?
I guess.
They work in lies.
And then they'll kill him. The human. His
It
heart
sounds about
exploded.
I told you that woman is not to be messed with.
That woman is not to be messed with. So if I go into Vanford tomorrow, am I dropping the halfling off back to his family?
He ponders. And what of our deal?
It still stands.
Mm-hmm.
I've not had the complete opportune time to dish out the terms, as it were, but I think it's pretty convincing that you are on our side with the display yesterday.
He winces a little bit at what you say.
Sorry about that.
Not on your side.
But you're not trying to kill us, so
No, but I'm not exactly helping you either.
I would say anyone not actively trying to kill me is on my side.
He looks at you quizzically once.
I don't mean as in I can give you orders or anything like that, but
You hear a gruff chuckle come from him as he pictures the idea of what is effectively a short little pipsqueak ordering him about.
that's short.
That would be hilarious. I would like to see you try.
So tell me more about this friend. You're
Well-
going to meet a friend.
Of your fashion. He is, how would one put it? Somebody of great interest to this group of people. And they intend to harm him. I would ideally like to not see that occur.
The same people that attacked us? Ah, okay.
The same people that attacked me the moment that I would not kill innocent younglings. It is no kill, that is just slaughter.
So why were you working with them in the first place? If you
We've
know
been
what they're
over
about.
this. We've been over this. I work for a group called the Shattered Antler.
So you don't get choice which mission
No.
you take. Okay.
I do not get choice. I get assignment and then off I go.
And
that
you
is
cannot refuse?
it. No.
Ah.
As much as I wish I was allowed to. They will have declared me dead.
So how far do you have to go?
Quite the way. And he gets up. once again, standing nude, as it is very clear that his bandages have been changed over.
You seem to be healing up nicely.
Thank you for the sorting, letting me sort my antlers out. You notice that the large cracks running up them have majorly minimized since that point.
It's okay.
It's only towards like the tips of the antlers that you can see what was little cracks. He
What
crouches
else
down.
are friends for, eh? Oh, sorry, not friend.
He looks at you. Once again, that quizzical look returns. You call him that. Roll a perception check.
My rolls are actually half decent today. I'm very happy about that. That is a 23. 22. My brain
22.
can't math.
Well done. You catch a slight smile. For a brief moment, you catch a smile. Before it immediately drops back into what I can only describe as the man's resting bitch face. As he grabs a map out of his bag, rolls it out on the floor, and shows you. So we are about here.
Mm-hmm.
Your little home would be about there. And I have to go, and he points on a completely different island on the furthest end away from it. And this is where the town of Lilliford is.
Oh my god.
It is where the ship that carried your attackers came from.
How can you make sure came from?
It is where they took a boat from point A. From one point, this is where they picked me up, on where I was supposed to meet them. And then this, so he kind of draws a line with his finger from one island over to the town that he wants to get back to, and then all the way down.
So he points where he says where they came from. And the first thing he says, so is this where they're taking her?
No. Where they are most likely taking her is here. And he points to a smaller island. And that this map is semi-detailed, and he points to a capital city on one of the islands. If I had to guess, they're probably going there, of all places.
Azuria?
Azuria. That is the most likely place they're going, but
That's so far away.
it would be a bit too obvious for them to go there, so God knows.
What do you mean a bit too obvious? It's not like they think we pose a threat.
No, but if they're going to have captives, they're not going to keep them where the biggest church to this bastard is.
Oh, I see.
That would be stupid.
Is there a place under the city? Maybe they keep them there.
That would also be stupid.
Why would that be stupid?
He looks at you as though you've just stated the obvious, and you realize he's pointing out the fact that the first two questions you had were the first two things you would think of. And you kind of realize that you are stating the obvious.
Okay. I shut up now.
No. Keep talking. This youthful innocence is kind of entertaining.
So do we need to intercept them before they get here?
You will not get there fast enough.
Oh.
Why so reactionary?
Because I want to get my matron back.
But by letting your emotions control you, you're going to make stupid choices. And he gives you a little flick in the forehead that's weirdly soft.
Uncalled for.
No, I would say called for. Use your head. Don't make stupid decisions just because you are a man. That is the fastest way to get yourself killed.
Okay.
If you and your companions are going to be fighting these people to get your matron back, that's the first thing they're going to try and use. They're going to try and control your emotions to manipulate you, to make choices that you would not make otherwise.
And how do I guard against that?
By using your brain before your heart.
Right.
Smart, then emotional.
Smart, then emotion. Smart, then emotion. Smart, then emotion. Okay, it's in there.
He lets out a little gruff chuckle. I would call you hopeless, but you seem strangely elated. Why did you come back up here?
I wanted to talk. You
Duh.
seem like a very strong ally. You helped me. And I want to help you. And I really want to get the matron back, and you're probably the best asset for that.
He ponders for
Many
a moment.
reasons.
He clearly ponders for a moment before asking his next question. And what order of priority is that? Is it, are you coming to talk to me because I am useful? And a useful asset? Or because there is some sort of kindness to me?
Kind of fascinating. I've never met anybody like you before.
You catch that little smile again, but it's more of a smirk this time. Duh. I appreciate it, I guess. No, don't bother wasting our sentiment on me.
Why?
There is only so much you can do with a broken man. Especially one that does not have a place in this world anymore.
But I'm very good with craft. I could fix anything that is broken.
And he lets out this very low, gruff chuckle.
And he leans forward and touches his antlers, just like I fixed this.
And you notice him visibly lurch backwards after you touch
Oh,
his
sorry.
antler.
Sorry. Boundaries. Boundaries. Must remember boundaries.
Roll an insight check.
Okay, they can't all be good. Oh, that's 6.
6. Fortunately for the DC of this, for this one, it's quite obvious. You notice that it is not in fact surprise at you touching his antlers, but more of a almost like an instinctual reaction.
Like a fear reaction?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not going to hurt you. I mean, it's not like I could if I even tried, but...
No, that was not it at all. Just testing your reflexes. Duh. Testing your reflexes.
Thought occurs. People need to get stronger if we are going to ever get our back against these evil people.
Duh.
Would you be able to teach us how to fight better? Even train us, maybe? I mean, I know the fundamentals, Matron told me that, but...
He snorts and starts chuckling to himself. Pondering, wondering, and then just chuckles again.
For example, do you have a spare dagger instead of this thing? He pulls out his wooden dagger.
He laughs at you. You're going to tell me that you're running around with a little pointy stick.
Yes. And he looks very stone-faced and annoyed.
I'm sure I've already said this, but you're quite entertaining. I tell you what. You get me out of this building, and I will hook you up with a weapons supplier. for
Okay.
actual weapons.
Well, I cannot get you out of this building until you're recovered, at least slightly.
He stands up. Once again, you are because you are sitting. It may with him standing and his antlers the way they are. He casts a large shadow. As he turns around and goes to grab a book off the bookshelf, passing it to you.
Is he walking smoothly, or is he still kind of winced? Is he a little bit limpy?
He has a ever so slight limp, but it seems more of a tentative, as though it's not so much causing him pain, more of a he's expecting it to hurt when it doesn't.
Okay, so it sounds like he's recovering.
Yes. He hands you this book. And inside it, it is a hollowed out. It's hollowed out, but it says on the inside of it is property of Xavier Everest. And inside of it is a small flask.
Did I know his last name until now?
No.
So Marcel makes a mental note of Xavier Everest.
And inside is a flask that is marked with 3 X's on it. And you can smell quite a strong alcoholic scent as he takes the cap off of the bottle. This, he puts the cap back in the bottle. It's very fruity. He puts it back inside the book, closes the book, hands the book
it's
to
good.
you.
Huh?
Just in case you need it.
Just in case I need... What?
He rolls his eyes as if having to explain
Mark-
something to an amateur.
Three X's. Has Marcel ever drank before?
I would imagine, yes.
He has.
You've seen Helga have all sorts of alcoholic beverages.
I've seen Helga stress drink.
I'm sure she's done that once or twice, but no, you recognize that it is alcohol.
Okay.
Very potent alcohol. And he looks at you as though as you ask that question, looking like he's having to explain the basics to the most obvious thing you've ever thought of. In case somebody is causing you problems and you need to spike their drink. If you need information, lips are looser when they are inebriated and having a good time. Having a bit of a buzz, as you might call it.
Oh, I understand.
What did you think?
I thought it was for a little drinky.
I don't
I
think
thought
that...
it was a little strong for a little drinky, but I thought you just have good constitution.
He chuckles. Duh. I am known to have my drink. And he ponders for a moment. Speaking of, I did come here with something alcoholic in my bag that has been confiscated from me.
He goes
Should
and
you...
scurries across the room to the... Oh, confiscated.
Yes. And basically, I would like that back. Should you happen to acquire the last of my possessions, I might be willing to tolerate traveling with your party, your little group of noise, if you were to do such a thing. But do not get me wrong. The moment that I am able to get back to Lilyford, I will be parting ways with your little sandbox.
Sandbox?
And he looks at you blankly.
That's good for me.
The sooner it is acquired, the better.
And Marcel looks down at his ring.
could get it down.
He looks a little flustered. I mean, if you want.
Unless you're afraid of angering Belle.
He snorts. Please.
I watched that woman explode a man's heart.
Oh no. It's not like I have any care about my existence to begin with. At least I won't be sober when I have my heart exploded.
I will ask first.
Hmm.
And he puts the ring away.
He looks grouchy at the idea of you requesting something that, in his mind, belongs to him. Fine. Now I do believe you should go and get some rest. I am told that I have been listening, and apparently you will be leaving tomorrow. Don't forget, we have a deal. You break it, well, I will break you.
Well, we're not leaving, we're leaving to help.
Then I must
His
at
name?
least... Mason.
Mason.
There you go.
We're leaving to help Mason.
Duh. Well, know that if you leave and do not come back, I will hunt you down.
We still have stuff we have to do here, so.
Duh. And you
Alright, good night!
you notice he's like as you're talking, he's trying to be intimidating, but it's not got the same level of edge to it that it did the first time. Like using a passive insight for this, you notice that his demeanor has softened ever so slightly.
Good night.
The
He waves and closes the door, puts the ring back on.
you sneak back into bed. And so the next morning rolls around. Everybody wakes up. Well rested. And you don't have a massive amount of time. After like you're woken up quite early, you are fed, given some tea, and then hopped straight onto the cart with Steve. And Mason has basically hooked up the chocobos to the cart, and you are moving.
Oh, I was gonna say before we go, can I?
Can you?
I just wanted to ask Belle if I had to have some food so I can trade with Mocha the necklace.
Oh yes. She gives
I'll
you
do that.
some She gives you some buns. Some like cheese buns. To take with you.
And then time skip to us on the cart probably.
Like the moment that you say food, she just gives you a couple of cheese rolls fresh out the oven.
I when we're on the cart, I go, "Hey Mocha,
Yeah?
can I have that necklace that you found? And if you give it to me, you can have these cheese buns."
Okay, done deal.
Excellent. Here you go.
Marcel just gives Florian a fist bump.
Smooth.
Mhm.
I told you.
This was an excellent transaction.
Mhm.
And as you're on the cart, Florian, as you've managed to get the mystery pendant off of Mocha, the cart lurches a little to the left, and you can see that you are alongside the river. It is surging quite aggressively, and it occurs to you that now might be the right point to dispose of your unwanted trinkets.
Okay, I'm gonna throw them one after the other so they end up in different places.
Okay. Can you roll me a dex check for each of them then?
For each of them, 3 dex tips. I'll just grab
Yes.
3 d20s and just roll them all together. See what happens. Okay, wow. One of them was what's my dex? I have like +3 or something, +4 maybe.
It's a +4.
Dex plus
+4.
4. Excellent. One of them is an unnatural 20. One of them is a natural 20, so 24, and one of them is 11.
Okay. So you successfully managed to slingshot them all into the river. And they make the first two make very satisfying plop noises, and you watch the shine of the metal disappear down the river. And the last one actually gets caught on a fish that panics and swims down the river at very high speed.
Fish shot.
And there's not a whole lot that happens whilst you're in the cart, unless anybody wants to do anything whilst you're in the cart traveling.
No.
Consume.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll all be eating the cheese bonus for about 0.3 seconds, probably.
Yeah, well.
You just hear like a Hoover sound effect and they're gone.
The cartoon
Oh, dear.
Hoover.
Yes.
Anyway, so after maybe an hour or so, quite a fast trip, you end up at this little cozy town made up of wooden buildings and all such manner. And now I have to wait for advert to be over. Smiley face.
Not the advert, no.
All around me.
Ah, there are going to be
D&D
multiple.
containers.
What
sponsored
if
by
we had like
Coca-Cola.
in-law adverts?
Well,
I think I would
I'm here
implode.
today to sell you my penis enlargement pills.
What?
I made a mistake.
Scoria wins. Scoria wins D&D today, kids.
Yeah, yes.
We're giving Scoria's player like the good job trophy today.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
A little sticker.
So-
Well done, you were funny.
The little,
my
town, the little town is alive with the sounds of people bustling back and forth. And in the marketplace, where everyone's getting set up, you notice a few guardsmen walking back and forth. There's a variety of different people. And Mason pulls the cart up near the Mason pulls the cart up near the marketplace and gets the little stall up and going. Giving a little while before giving a little while before the stall's actually open and ready to use. You can hear the occasional bell ringing in the background. Just things along that line. It's a lot of hustle and bustle, is one way to put it. Whilst you're here, who is escorting Steve to his home?
Aren't we all? I think we should all go, just in case.
Oh god, no,
Someone needs to
everyone's
stay.
I think
fine.
that'll intimidate
His wife.
Poor wife.
So who is
Fine,
staying
wielding a
with
frying pan.
Mason?
Ooh, I can stay.
Sorry, Mason. He's a lad.
Okay. So Scoria, Marcel, and Florian, you're going with Steve.
Makes
It's only
sense,
that
really,
they are the ones
arrogant.
that
Oh,
mentally
guy.
terrified him.
Okay.
I
So
don't think Florian.
whilst Hugmug and
You're
Mocha
complicit.
are helping Mason set up the stall, the three of you end up following Steve as he walks through the streets, looking very, very happy with himself about the fact that he's back home. You take a few twists and turns, and you end up outside this little wind chime shop. It's hidden away in the streets, but you can hear the little clings and clangs of the wind chimes. And as you get outside, to the outside of the place, I can actually find my friggin' notes. Yes, okay, that's... Yeah. his little halfling wife sitting outside and just feeding some birds. And you watch as Steve runs off, and the two start crying and hugging each other with their tears of joy shed before Steve comes back over with his lovely short wife in tow.
Specifically
You
short
have to
wife.
punctuate it. We need to punctuate it.
Yes, I need to punctuate the fact that compared to Florian, the two of them are very short.
I'm gonna say his wife's considerably
really?
shorter than him.
Well, Florian is a casual 3'11". Both of these halflings are one of them is 2'9". The other one is 3'2".
What a man.
Tragic.
They are small. And Steve comes over. Thank you so much, Gov. Thank you. I won't forget your help.
That is not a problem. I am glad to see that you are safe home, that your wife is also safe.
And would you like to make me a perception check?
Meh. Oh my god, does he have kids?
The wife is a mimic. No.
I was gonna say the wife's pregnant.
We got mimic wife, pregnant wife, children.
9!
9.
His
Pregnant
wife is
family
actually just engaged to him. No.
Hang on a second.
You notice that the wife is pregnant. Like, heavily pregnant. And while there's not something unique, like, it's like, oh wow. But, like, you notice that the halfling wife, his halfling wife, is, heavily pregnant. Like, she looks like she could be due any day now.
Have you thought of a name?
Well, Gov, I mentioned to my wife that maybe we should call him Steve Jr., but she weren't too happy about that.
Steve too.
Nah, I don't think she'd let me get away with that one either.
Do
I'll tell you what though.
you know if it's going to be?
Nope,
No?
we ain't checked, Gov.
Ah. Going to be a surprise.
He nods, looking very thrilled about the fact that he will be there.
I bet you're looking forward to it.
Of course I am. I tell you what, if you ever need any help with well, he ponders for a moment. If you ever need any help with getting around here or finding particular people, well, I happen to know a couple people.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I probably shouldn't, but I'm sure she won't mind. And he produces this beautiful wind chime, like these various coloured gemstones in it, and it puts it. Oh, basically opens one of your hands. We'll say it's Florian, just because he's closest to him.
Because he can reach his hands.
Your hand is prized open. The wind chime is put in your hand, and then he steps away. It's not much, but it'll do.
Thank you.
It's all right, Gov. And he gives you a little salute.
I just wave back.
And him and his wife go back into the building. And you're going to hear this cacophony of wind chime sounds the wind picks up as he opens the door. And you just hear him go, God damn it, every time.
What did you expect? He owns a wind chime store.
Meanwhile,
Oh my day.
back at the stall, it's now up and running. Everything is, like, the business is going as usual. And you're helping Mason sell. And Mocha.
Yeah.
You notice somebody of a very seems to be of a very fancy pedigree approach the stall, dressed in rather fine clothing. Well, what do we have here? Oh, excuse me. This the commoner air isn't exactly what would do one's refined palate. And he's
Can you
looking at the
explain to
selection.
me?
Hmm?
Can you explain to me just exactly what's going on? Because I'm a bit
That's
sleeped.
fine. So basically, short summary of where you are currently. You are at a market stall, helping Mason sell the dairy products and veggies
Okay.
from Bell's farm.
Okay, and this noble presumably has just approached
Yes.
with a threatening T-pose. Okay.
I guess so, yes.
Let's do this.
He's rumbling up to the shop.
Rumbling up. He doesn't like the commoner air. Well, I'm not that stanky. I've just babed, haven't I? It's not me
Yes.
that's the problem. Oh my goodness.
Well, hi, it's nice to meet you. Is there anything I can help you with?
Aw, look at this, it's a child! Oh, aren't you just adorable? Well... And he takes a second, looks at the cheeses. How much for all of these?
Do I know how much it is?
What he's,
Just picks up the entire store.
the selection of cheeses that he's waving his hand at, in a rather pompous manner, is not normally like a couple hundred gil for the lot. But you see an opportunity here. You might be able to upsell these cheeses to this nobleman. As, your initial assessment, he doesn't seem like the smartest person.
No, I can't do that. That's not nice. I'm gonna give him the true price.
Lawful mocha.
Lawful mocha.
How do I store them?
It
Yeah,
should be
your
about
shipping.
this much.
And he ponders. Well, let me see. I suppose I could... Oh, well, there's no point counting all of this. Here, take my money, you filthy child. And he throws a gill pouch onto the table that sounds very heavy, as he basically scoops up a bunch of these cheeses, drops them into one of the baskets that you're selling as well, and just leaves.
Thank you.
I'm just imagining me like, here, take my money. And he just beans her in the face with a massive bag of money and runs off with all the cheese.
I mean, that is effectively what's just happened, minus the beanie mocha with the coin bag, because it seems as I actually rolled the strength check for that, and he rolled a 4.
Oh my god, imagine if we rolled a fucking 20, I'd be in the next town over.
No, so he's
Superhero style blasting through the wall.
Would you like to check the contents of the coin pouch?
Yeah, I should probably tell Mason, unless he's already aware
He's
as well.
not aware. He's currently tending to someone else who's wanting
Oh, okay. I mean, well, until he's ready, until he's free, I will check the money.
So you open the coin pouch, and there is a very healthy sum of funding in here. Can you roll me an appraisal check, please?
Appraisal, okay.
Roll a check to count.
70. Oh no, 18. Sorry.
18. So you
Rolls bank account.
you have a look, and you spend some time appraising roughly how much is in there, as you can't really start counting your coins because you are literally at the front of the stall with Mason and Hugmug, who are selling product as well. and you notice the man has thrown a coin pouch with about 20,000 gil in it.
Fucking hell!
Whoa.
And inside, there is also a little piece of paper that is very clearly a note of some sort.
Oh, okay. Can I read the note?
You may. You notice that it is. Do you know Primordial?
Of course I don't. I'm a flipping catco. Cute.
Hey,
Can't
hey,
fucking-
all I'm saying is,
Come what?
When Scoria gets back, Scoria can read it.
Why can Scoria read Primordial?
she's a
Genasi!
Genasi.
Genasi, right.
She's part Genasi, you tit.
I forgot that was Primordial.
A valid.
Yeah, I mean, that's a valid response. I could also just start squawking at you if that helps.
Nice.
Sorry, just picturing, like, fucking picturing Florian minding his own business, and then Scoria starts speaking Aerialan. Or Aerialan. It's just a fucking bird noise, he just jumps like a cat. It's like, what?
What does
Glorious, like, now.
Aaron even sound like?
It sounds like
The voice sounds coming through the mic. Jesus Christ.
it kind of sounds similar to common, but it's a lot of clipped words and sounds.
Oh, so she's speaking slang. Got it.
Kind of. It's almost like a version of clipped English with random grunts and
She's
gestures.
speaking egg language, man.
Effectively, yeah. That's like the best way I can describe it.
She's
So-
speaking egg. Perfect.
So, oh no, sound. Anyway, so me when advert decides to start playing on the backing audio I'm using.
About that note, what can I read?
None of it, because it's not written in a language you understand. But thankfully, your other foundling siblings return.
Oh, what it is that you got there, Luca?
Well, this random noble just threw a coin purse at my face, and this was in it.
Oh my
Can you read
God.
it?
How did you make this much money?
I don't
We've
think
gone
he
for
knows
like
how
5
to
minutes.
count.
Scoria reads the note.
He doesn't call me a dirty child.
So
I'll
you
kill it.
notice. So as you read it, you start chuckling.
It's so funny.
As on the note it says, "I'll be bringing a bucket and a mop for you."
Oh,
What does that mean?
It sounds like a mild threat, to be honest.
Except from you notice there's a little squiggly at the end.
All
Like a
this.
signature.
It is very clearly some sort of flirtatious note.
Oh dear.
Should we try to return it to him?
No.
what exactly are you returning?
I'm pretty sure he would reject it just from the fact that you had touched it.
Oh,
He did call you, what was it, dirty child?
a dirty child. I'm not that bad.
He's not
am I?
remotely dirty, he's just an asshole.
Oh.
You notice that there is a little emblem and a stamp attached to this, like a wax seal attached to this, coin purse.
What's the emblem?
It's a marigold.
Oh, okay. Not what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
A dragon.
Oh, valid. No, it appears to be a flower. And you notice that from where your stall is, there is a rather large manor further up that has the same symbol emblazoned on a bunch of little banners that are hanging hanging off the walls. Almost like a tiny. It's almost like a miniature. Like if somebody took a castle and minied it, just make it really small. So you potentially have a place to go. So as this settles down, Mason kind of gets the rest of you to help out. Help out as sales are going really well. They're getting a lot more gil than they normally do. Yeah, it's like gold, fucking hell. I mean, the gil coins are
Wrong
made.
franchise.
The gil is made of gold, although it's more like fool's gold than actual gold. But you know,
Depressing.
I'll eat it anyway. Don't eat it. Don't.
so Florian, you're working part of the store, and there is a shadow that casts over you. As you turn from putting the coin in the little bag that you've been given. You look up, and there is a rather large cat woman looking at you. She seems to be quite heavily built, with what almost I can only describe her as like a goth is the best way I can describe her. She's got like slightly pale fur color that's accented with very dark clothing, like purple eyeliner, and looks like the kind of person who could bench a tree.
Oh, hello. Would you like some milk and cheese, or
Yes, I would love some milk. Perhaps you can share it with me sometime. As she kind of rests her elbow, her elbow and arm on the stall and looks at you.
it's right here. Here you go.
And she
And I
doesn't
just grab
really,
and just hand it over.
doesn't really seem to be paying much attention until you give her the bottle. Ah, wonderful. And how much do I owe you? Handsome.
How much is it?
From what you've given her, it's about 15 gil worth of product.
15 gil, please.
She gives you 15 gil and a slip of paper with something written in Felinian on it.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
She looks at you, smiles. Oh, I'm having a wonderful day. And she walks away, and you notice her tail curling as it sways. And the ground, like, the section of the
Florian
stall that
wipes
you're
the
standing
sweat off
at.
his pants and then looks at the note.
You notice that the section of stall that you're running also, like, shakes a little bit as she walks away. She's got quite a heavy step
Jesus
to
Christ!
her. Behave. Anyway, Florian, you look at the slip of paper. It's her address.
Oh my god.
Oh my
I
god.
put it in my pocket.
There we go. I keep sneezing. I think I'm getting ill, so it's fun.
Dude, skill issue. Did I see this happen?
You see the very large woman walk up. You do not see the slip of paper.
Oh, okay.
You probably see Florian stare off into the distance and then put his hand in his pocket.
Florian, like, bright red at the minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoa. You look sick, Florian.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Are you allergic?
I don't think so.
Huh. Okay.
And
Deceased, I'm deceased.
so things continue on. The store sales go well. You get a variety of interesting customers. The only one that really sticks out, though, aside from the large cat woman and the Earth Genasi noble, is trying to think of how to describe this person.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Milk.
Is what appears to be a rather what you think initially is a hyena folk, but he's a bit more dark. His fur is a lot darker in color, and he looks a bit more aggressive. So when you realize it's a gnoll, and you notice that Mason seems to get a little shy
Oh.
as this gnoll is dressed in blue overalls and a red and black plaid shirt, and is very clearly being a little bit flirtatious with the large bullman that you are here with. And who notices this? Who notices this? Okay. Interesting. And you notice that the flirtatious behavior that is being exhibited here this will be Hugmug that notices this. You notice that you notice the gnoll that is flirting is not flirting out of interest, but is trying to flirt for the sake of getting Mason to sell him the product at a lower price. And it seems to be working. You have a chance to intervene here and stop it from occurring.
Wait, who saw this?
Oh,
Hugmug.
Mason, how's the... Oh, how can I help you?
And Mason, as you offer to help, the guy seems to almost shy up a little bit.
Well, I was hoping to get some milk. You know, big jug.
Oh, some milk, you say? Why?
Why?
And
Oh.
he gives he gives Mason a bit of side eye.
Well, what can I say? I like milk. A lot of it.
I can't say I've had much milk in my life, but maybe I can go find some milk later for you.
And as of this point, Mason manages to get it back together, realizes what's happening. Well, here's a big bottle. Puts it down the thing. Now cough up. Well, and the guy begrudgingly pays the full price and waddles off looking a bit annoyed and a bit confused as to what he's gonna do with this, like, 2.5 liter bottle of milk that he's essentially acquired.
He really likes milk.
I'm sorry, it's the... Why? While he's holding a big bottle of milk.
Ugmug not very in tune with the gays.
I mean, it checks out. If I remember correctly, he's exclusively heterosexual. Yeah, purely heterosexual.
He's just a guy.
Good for him, man. Good for
He has
him.
no idea what's going on.
It's a fucking move.
Like in general.
Just in life.
Oh, good for him, man. I love that for him.
So, end of the day, or end of the day, end of the market spree. Mason counts up the gil, including what you had in the pouch, and you've ended up acquiring about. I think you've ended up with the 20,000 that the noble just catapulted at you, Mocha, like a fucking beanbag.
I shake it like a maraca.
You may.
Yes.
They were just sitting there jiggling it about once Mason's counted it. You've ended up earning about 24,500 gil.
Damn.
Damn, I'm the breadwinner
Rich.
today.
Which
Split between us, or
between you.
okay, so
So
24.
it's about 4,500. So that's Mason puts the pouches in a lockbox back in the cart, and whilst he's packing the stall away on his he packs it away on his own, letting you guys go for a little explore to see if you can gather any sort of information about where any of your attackers have gone. So you've got free range of the town of Wormwood.
Can I go get food? I'm hungry.
Yeah, you
As
can
long
go.
as you don't spend all 24,000 they got.
You do not have any of that money.
Oh, as
You have
Mason
been
got all
Do I
given-
have any money?
You've been given a small amount of funds from Mason to go and get lunch, which is what Bell provided, but the 24,500 you earned from the market stall is currently in a lockbox in the cart. Was that his earnings for Mason and Bell? That you will then be given a part of once they've figured out. Once they've basically taken out the share to keep the barn and the creamery running.
Well, let's see if we can get lunch.
Lunch, 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 lunch.
Oh, I could have some food.
So is everybody going for lunch?
Mm-hmm.
Lunch.
Okay. So you end up going to this what looks like a barbecue place. As it's not only the first place you encounter, but Mocha is almost magnetically drawn towards it the moment the smell of sweet barbecue hits your nose.
Oh my god.
And it's like Mocha does a hard 90-degree turn and nearly knocks Florian over in the process of magnetizing towards the food.
Florian is also magnetizing towards the food.
And so you end up heading in there, be it willingly or not, finding a table where a woman comes up to you to serve you. Well, hello there. What can I get you all? I run this
She giving me a
establishment.
menu.
She gives you a menu, and it appears that this place is not only a barbecue place,
Oh, barbecue.
but it's also an alchemy shop. It's a 2-in-1.
That's such a strange combination.
Smart combination. You can get lunch and you can pick some alchemicals at the same time.
And you can get alchemical to clean your hands when you have barbecue ribs.
Exactly.
I think water.
Do they
will
give
be
us like
fine.
one of those
No.
rose water tubs at the end, like a bowl?
Possibly. You're not sure. You'd have to ask her.
Do you provide those like warm rose water tubs, like baths bowls at the end?
For cleaning your hands? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
I like this place.
I presume that I'll be bringing one for each of you.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'll be back
Before
in
I
a
find
moment.
out this is like 10,000 gil per bowl.
And you notice at the bottom of the menu, that any of the cleaning bowls they give out, any of the water they use for you to basically clean your hands and face off, are free with a meal. So if you just come here to clean your hands, which would be a strange thing you think, but maybe it's like an alchemist has come in here to clean their hands as well. You never know. But provided you get food, the hand cleaning bowl is free as well.
Yay!
So it seems like today's hot special is a behemoth steak barbecue.
Wow.
As they have had the good fortune recently to have one of the captain of their militia. There's only a few guards led by a very strong person. You imagine anyway. Has managed to fell a behemoth and has generously donated the meat and bones to the city.
Have we ever eaten behemoth before? I'm guessing no.
No, but you have been given a small amount of it to try.
Does it say on the menu how expensive it is?
Yes.
Do we have enough money for it?
You do.
Fantastic. I'd like to have some behemoth.
Oh, it's a behemoth.
Do we even know what behemoths are?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
No.
You've got a like for the context of what I can give you. What you guys know would be roughly what your characters know. Roughly.
Right.
If you need clarification on what you do or don't know, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to clarify. Oh, my creaky chair. So, are you all ordering the behemoth special?
Heck
Yes.
Is there like a stew option?
Yes, there is a stewed version of it if you don't want like ribs.
But Scoria will get the stew.
Okay. So you pick out what you want. The lovely elven woman comes back, and she has a happy little smile on her face as she takes your orders. Goes out into the kitchen. And when she comes back, she puts them all down the table. These large amounts of ribs, and a healthy sized portion. Like, you're pretty sure that if you tried hard enough, Florian could probably curl up in the bowl. If he loafed and became liquid, he will probably fill that bowl that has been given to you, Scoria. So there's plenty of food, and she smiles, gives you a little bow, and you notice there's a slight an almost radiance to her skin. You're not sure why that seems important to you. It's like
Radiance?
Yes.
Or the way the light's catching it? Or
Yeah, of sort.
she's literally glowing?
Have any of you looked her in the eyes?
Probably.
I probably might have done when
I
I
believe it
asked
would
her
have
for a
been-
menu.
We'd have been told when talking to people that we should look them in the eyes. It's polite.
No, it doesn't mean you are.
Marcel's following what the matron told him to do. So
Clearly, I'm looking directly at her tits. I'm joking. I am looking in her eyes.
Gloria!
Oh, you Scoria. Holy
Oh,
snap.
silly
I woke up and chose
lesbian.
violence today.
Titties. Anyway, on this second, when she finishes bowing and stands up, and you're all making eye contact to thank her for the food, you notice that one of her eyes does not have a pupil. The other does.
Ooh.
Like, one of them is like solid iris, just pure color. The other one has a black pupil to it, like a regular eye.
Sorry.
Where's her eye?
Nom, 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 nom.
So she wanders off, and you consume your
Nom, nom,
food.
nom, nom, nom. Whilst we're consuming, can I keep an ear out, like at the other tables whilst I'm eating, see if anyone mentions Harkvale?
Yeah. Okay. So, can you roll a perception check, please?
And Marcel will be keeping an eye out for anyone wearing those pendants.
Also a perception check.
Unnatural 20 for Squirrel.
18 for Marcel.
Okay. Now let's see if the dice. You hear a couple people in a booth opposite talking about a large group of people that had I say large, like a dozen people or so passing through with a cart. That had some interesting cargo in it. It's a very large anti-magic crate that they had to that they were helping these people basically get back onto their cart after the wheel broke, and that these people seemed to know the mayor of Mayor Marigold.
Oh.
And it seems as though the details of whoever these people were traveling, was dealt with by the mayor directly.
Okay. This is still what Scory is, right?
This is what both of you hear.
Oh, I was looking. Okay.
Because both of you roll high enough on your perception checks to pick up on this, and you notice that one of them has a bless you
Bless you.
has a brand mark on their hand that is a similar sort of emblem to what was on the pendants, but it appears to be scarred over as though they have tried to cut it off of their hand.
Oh. Interesting.
You recognize the symbol, and you manage to catch the person who has it is what you can just about make out to be a Bovian male. But then you take another look and you're like, hang on a minute. No, the fur on that hand is not the same color as the fur on the rest of the body. And then you're looking, and then you spot the actual owner of that hand, who is a hyena folk. Who looks a bit gruff. A bit irritable, as the two of them are chatting with one another. Would you like to report your findings to the rest of your group?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody else is informed of the fact that I'll summarize it for you. The mayor has some sort of knowledge that of the people that came through here that had a large anti-magic crate on the back of their car after it broke down from a damaged wheel. And that one of the people in this building has the same branding on their hand as the emblem that was present on the pendants that you had recently tossed into the river.
Okay.
It's a sign. Should we talk to them?
I think we just keep watch for now.
I can ask them things, you know.
Does not draw more attention to ourselves. We are not in comfort of our own home. We are in a public space.
So we continue to
Okay.
listen.
The hoover noise stops as Mocha finishes her meal. Sorry, I'm headcanoning
The
that noise.
Barbecue sauce on my titties, I'm in my face.
Yes,
Probably on your face too.
all of the above.
Barbecue sauce everywhere.
It's like somebody just set up a bomb. Nah. You end up
I'm filled with barbecue
you end up
sauce.
finishing your meal, cleaning up, and the people that you're listening to, you realize that one of them, like the voice you've heard, and the person, Scoria, and the person that you were looking at, Marcel, are the same person. So the conversation you were listening in on was the one from that same booth that Marcel was looking at. And they get up roughly around the same time that you guys do, having cleaned up and paid for the meal. But the person with the scratched out branding on their hand parts ways with the other person they were talking to. There is nobody else in this street with you. You could, in theory, interrogate this person. Or ask them questions, like a normal person. It depends on what you'd like to do. Or whether you just want to leave them alone. But you have a possible opportunity here.
So this person is disgruntled about this group.
You presume, yes. You don't really have any specific details on the person as a whole, a person as an individual, but you are aware they have that similar emblem branded on them that has been scratched out.
Should we ask?
So either they're embarrassed to be part of that movement and have attempted to leave, or they've been exiled, and I don't think they really do exile. I imagine they probably killed them, so they're probably
Let's ask.
aren't a threat. So Marcel's for politely asking.
So Marcel and Hugmug are for asking this person. What the rest of you? Anybody else have any opinions here?
If you are going to, I'm gonna go wait around the corner. I'm
Spear
not
out.
particular. Not with spear out. No.
Sorry.
I'll just be waiting around the corner for you. Is that alright, Marcel? Hugmug?
Yes, this is fine.
Yes.
Mocha and Florian, what are you doing?
Has my rose water arrived yet?
Go, you
My
are out of
guy.
the fucking thing.
My rose water!
Yes, you've already had that go. We're like
thank
after
God
the
for
meal.
that.
We're after the meal.
Thank God for that. I thought I hadn't got my rose water. I paid for that. I didn't pay for it, but I paid for it, you know?
You've had your meal. You paid for it, and you guys are walking the same direction that the person that Marcel was watching earlier is walking. Hugmug and Marcel
Okay.
are debating going and talking to the guy and asking some questions, Scoria is just gonna wait for them. So if you guys want, you can go with, or you can wait with Scoria.
I'm gonna wait with Scoriorio.
Florian will go with.
Scoriorio.
Okay, so
With-
it's an even split. Florian, Hugmug, and Marcel. You end up approaching this this hyena folk man, and he's tall.
Taller or shorter than Hogmog?
A couple inches taller than you. Hyenas,
Oh.
hyena folk are large. And he notices that you're approaching him. So,
Excuse me?
what?
I just wanted, wanted to say that really, I think that you're, you have a very nice, jacket.
He looks at his jacket. Thank you.
And you seem like a really nice folk.
Yeah, I could be nice. Or I could punch.
Yeah, I'm also often mistaken as very intimidating.
And he smiles at you. And he has that, like, you can see that his jaw full of sharp, vicious looking teeth that are slightly intimidating. Yeah! Big, strong, and scary.
And, we also couldn't help but notice if your hand.
He looks at his hand. Yeah. I like your projectiles. And he points at Florian and Marcel standing next to you.
Oh yeah, I like them.
Do they whistle when you throw them?
Yeah, hehe.
No, I meow.
Can I pick up Florian
this
and pretend to throw?
You want to pick up
You can
Florian
pick
and
up
pretend to
Florian.
throw him?
Yes.
You can do that.
Yeah. Can you roll?
And Florian, you can pretend to whistle, and we
you
can,
roll
try
we
to
can
whistle.
create the whole illusion.
You roll me a strength check.
Yes.
Just because you're picking him up and you're pretending to throw him, but you've got to make sure you actually pretend to throw him, not actually throw him.
Oh,
You know when
oh
Smash
dear, we
Bros.
might be.
gets
We
thrown
maybe
off
we
the
had
page?
fucked.
What did you roll?
What did you roll? What is it?
Wait, I rolled a 15, but I need to then find the
check.
the bonus.
The bonus to it, if you look on your combat page, it's literally like right here. Might have to scroll down a tiny bit.
It's 19.
Yeah. So you successfully managed to not throw Florian. Florian, are you doing a little whistle or meow noise?
I'll be meowing, but in a whistly way.
Like, yeah. Oh wow.
Meow.
I should not be allowed to speak. So you do so, and he chuckles. Funny.
They're pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah. So what do you want to know about my hand? Oh, this thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We found a similar, uh, maybe Florian might explain it better than Hugmog.
Okay, we found some guys, and they had necklaces with a similar emblem on as is on your hand. So we wanted to know.
They were really
Mhm.
mean.
That's terrible. He shakes his head
Yeah.
disapprovingly.
So mean.
Do you know anything about them?
Kind of. I got in a fight with somebody who had a necklace like that, and then he poked me with a stick, and it hurt.
And did you win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like an almost feral level of aggression in it. Like something
Was
something
it a
primal.
hot stick?
Yeah. It hurt a little bit.
And it's a brand, isn't it, that's on his hand?
Yes.
Ah. Okay.
Turns out that
Can we roll insight?
you may.
I don't know why I am. I have -2. Come on, big number. 8.
15.
Florian,
Nice.
he seems like he's being honest. Marcel, it seems like there's a little bit more to the story than's being told.
But he's deliberately withholding information, or he's just like not said everything?
He's
yet?
not said everything. Because it's not been the way that the conversation is currently going, it doesn't seem like it'll bring it to the
It's not
surface.
a very sensible conversation, to be honest.
Checked out.
Did you catch the man's name that did this to you? Looks like it hurt a bit.
Well, it was a few years ago, but he worked for this church. Yeah, church.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big pointy hot stick, and it hurt. So I broke his nose. He didn't like that. And he
Nice
tried to
one.
stab me. I put him in the floor. He's a plant now.
Is he dead?
Huh?
Is he no longer
I
moving?
hope trees don't move. I'm sure he made good compost. But no, he works from what he was telling me. He was working with this church. So he like the Order of the Crystal? Something like that.
Yeah, that's what the other men were from. Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
And what did they do?
Yes,
Oh,
we
wow.
overheard when you were talking of a dinner that you were annoyed about people in the caravan coming through.
Oh, yeah, they were really loud and annoying. I helped fix their car.
Oh, you're like a mechanic.
Kinda. I just make things work again by going whack.
And did it work
Wow.
again?
Yeah.
Nice. And did these people
How
have the same
powerful.
symbol?
Yeah.
Well, why did you help them if they were so mean to you before?
Cause I got given money to do it.
Ah, lot of money?
No,
Oh,
it's my job. I go whack, and then things work. And it takes you a second to realize, but he's a carpenter. His the overalls he's wearing underneath his jacket, being covered in sawdust, didn't tell you otherwise. Yeah, I go whack. And then the tree goes, ah, and then I go, tree whack. And then I make ducks.
Wow.
And then he pulls out a almost exquisitely chiseled wooden duck. I make other animals too.
I make things too.
Oh.
I'm guessing Marcel has his little backpack on him.
No.
I don't. Oh.
Your backpack is with the others. With the other backpacks of the rest of your group, which
Yeah,
is
I
on
make
the cart.
little soldiers and little action figures.
That's so
I made my
cool.
hat.
Well, he made his hat.
And he takes your hat off your head to look at it. Whoa! It puts it back on your head. But he puts it back on your
Yeah.
head.
They are really
Florian's hat
cool.
had a chin strap and he just lifts him up off the ground.
Hmm.
My friends are cool.
Yeah.
So, how long ago did you serve these people?
Uh,
Was it today?
Oh, you mean fixing the car?
Yeah, fixing the car.
It was a couple of days ago.
A couple of days ago. Have you
Yeah.
seen any of them since?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna go now. I've got to go and make a chair.
A chair?
Yeah, the mayor keeps breaking his furniture. They keep being split down the middle. Like his desk, it was broken down the middle yesterday, and I had to come fix it.
How did you break down the middle?
I
Do you
don't
Wow.
work for the mayor?
Hmm?
You work for the mayor?
Kind of. I work for people, and they want me to make things, so I whack the tree till it's the right shape. And my friend Frax, he makes the tree go and then fall over.
No, so you don't cut the tree down.
No,
Ah, okay.
that's like a whole different job.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, you have such cool job.
And he reaches into his coat and pulls out like a little business card,
Oh.
and basically like tries to slot it between Florian's hat and his head. Because where he's put your hat back on your head, there's like a little gap. And he's very clearly just... There is not a thought behind those eyes. He basically just slides the business card between your hair and the hat. Yeah. I gotta go now. I need to go make a bench. Bye! And he just leaves.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
I liked him.
Are you going to look at the business card that is currently sticking out of your hat?
Yes. Sorry, my Discord
That's all good. That's all good.
just froze for a second.
So
Yes, I'll look at the business card.
you look at the card, and it is a business card for the Dripclaw Carpentry, run by Gruz Dripclaw, and has a little sketch of the Hyena Man's face smiling on the card, giving a thumbs up.
What was his name again?
Gruz.
Gruz. Gruz Dripclaw.
Is he got the drip? No.
You got the drip?
Oh,
Got the
two
drip?
Z's. Okay.
What'd you say?
You got the drip?
No.
He got the drip, he got the claw,
So,
he got the gruz.
around the corner, the rest of your companions awake as you return to them. As the sun is getting a little lower in the sky now.
What time is it roughly?
You'd say it's like 4 p.m. roughly, but because it is the wintry season,
It's like
the sun is
midnight.
setting. It's effectively like midnight, and Mason has come to find you all. It basically spots Scoria, Mocha, and Scoria and Mocha waiting around the corner, and just basically waves at them to hurry up. As you still have to get back to the town, or back to the creamery before sunsets fully.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So we run back.
Okay. Marcel,
Yeah.
on the way back, you notice trying to think how to describe this. You notice a small couch on the ground by the alleyway.
By the alleyway.
That has a familiar wax seal on the tile that you recognize. It appears to be an emblem of a cracked antler. Very similar to that which Xavier has on some of his belongings.
Hmm.
Do you want to pick this up or leave it here? As for context, it is the only thing you can see about this pouch is the fact it's in an alleyway, out of sight, and it has a familiar emblem. So you are completely within your rights to walk away from it, as it is a strange pouch in the middle of a shady-looking alley.
In the middle of an alley.
Not like in the middle of the alley, but like in the middle of the entranceway to the alley. Shady pouch in a shady alleyway, or I guess adjacent to a shady alleyway.
Look, it's full of money.
You can't tell from here. It's a very dense material.
His invisibility thing, does he have to be wearing, clothes?
Has to be wearing the ring. The clothes will disappear with you, so they also become invisible alongside you. Otherwise, that would mean that you have been naked each time you've gone to go see
Does that
Xavier.
mean anything concealed by the clothes also becomes invisible?
Yes. It is similar to...
So Marcel is going to approach near the alley, to a place where he is obscured,
Uh-huh.
quickly slip the ring on.
Yep.
And essentially run, grab the bag, stick it in, move to somewhere else, and then I'm invisible.
Okay. Everyone else has run off ahead of you. Are you going to go catch up with them?
Yes.
Okay. So,
I'm afraid I
Marcel...
was going to get mugged.
Fair. Marcel, you were the last one to get there. But you hop on the cart with everybody else, and you are whisked back to the creamery. After about an hour and a half of travel, you get back, hop off the cart, and are ushered into the house. And Belle seems overjoyed with how much money you've managed to make. Looking a little bit shocked, and she's sitting there with a pair of reading glasses on, as she basically tallies up how much you guys have gotten, and tries to is basically figuring out all of the costs and things to figure out how much she can give you guys.
How much do you normally make?
She ponders. Well, darling, on a good day, we're looking at about 3,000 gil, roughly.
Wow.
Not a lot, honestly. But it's enough to keep the barn running. And the
You
creamery.
must have the magic touch, Mocha.
Mason turns around. Well, as she described that a noble came along and bought a bunch of cheese, and well, did you say beamed it at your head? Try to?
Yeah, more or less.
It was a little bit fit.
Yeah. You
I
guys,
hope I'm not as dirty as he says.
did you guys find any details about where your friend where your matron might have gone? As you guys are like walking from one room to another, going from the dining room into the living room, where you will end up flopping down onto a sofa to let Belle count and do the expenses.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
We
Well,
met the
we
guy
found
who had
someone-
a run-in with the cult with this Order of the Crystal, but didn't really learn anything more about where the matron could be.
Really? Huh. Florian, what are you gonna say? Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to also explain that.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Only thing we know is that they were in the town not too long ago, but we kind of probably already know that because they were on us a couple of days ago.
I see. Well, I mean, if you want tomorrow, I can take you. If you know the direction you came from, I can try and take you back up to where your home was. If that's the only other clue you got.
I'd appreciate that.
Are y'all gonna be okay with it? And he looks around at your group.
Sounds good.
I can make one home.
It will be painful, but necessary.
He nods thoughtfully. Well, I suppose so. Well, I guess I'll let y'all get your rest, and I'm gonna go help me ma with counting out the money. And leaves the five of you alone in the room. And you can hear Belle and Mason chit chatting. You hear the burner get ignited as Belle starts cooking food whilst Mason takes over the counting. What are you doing?
Oh, guys. Also, a really pretty lady gave me her address, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh,
what on earth for?
I don't know.
was she
Home
why you were looking
delivery?
so red earlier?
No.
You sure?
Roll deception.
Me.
Florian, roll deception.
Oh, deception, huh?
Okay. 19.
Yeah, nobody believes. Nobody believes the idea that that's what caused it. You're like, nah, and they're all just like, okay.
Alright.
So you get away with it.
But what did she want?
Some milk,
Milk.
probably.
Yeah, milk.
And she gave you her address just for that? Are you doing like a home delivery?
Maybe.
we
I
can
don't
have a
know.
delivery service.
Oh,
Don't know what
we
these
should get a
nobles like.
cart.
Then you can deliver the milk to her door and
We
make
can have
me
a
your money.
Maybe she knows something. Maybe we should go see her after we go home and then we come back.
If you think that is wise, complete stranger.
We can go together.
Hmm. We should probably tell the others if we're going to head out.
Yeah, we will. But for now, let's just chill.
Marcel,
Yeah,
do you want to investigate the little pouch that you've acquired?
I do.
Are you going to do this in front of everybody else, or on your own?
I can do it in front of everybody else.
Okay. Do you take the pouch out of your jacket?
Oh yeah, I found this on the floor.
Ooh, cool.
What?
Are you going to open it?
Uh-huh.
And as you do,
Roll a deck
Because
save.
Marcel needs to tell everybody about what's been going on.
mm-hmm.
And so he's trying to add as few secrets to the pile as possible before he does so.
So you open the pouch, and inside there are a couple of things. One of them appears to be like a slightly elastic ring of sorts. And then
Huh?
there's a couple of trying to think of how to describe them.
How big is this elastic ring?
So maybe like it looks like a wristband,
A wristband. Okay.
which I guess checks out
Yeah.
because it's a nice
It's got like writing printed on it.
no, it's not got anything imprinted on it.
What color is it?
It's like a kind of like an azure blue color. I'm trying to think of how to describe the other things that are in there. They're almost like fake coins, but
Fake coins.
both sides are printed to be the same. So it's like both sides of the coin are exactly the same. That's literally what I just said. So like one has like a little chocobo on both sides, and the other one has like a little design of a crystal on both sides.
How to win at heads or tails every single time.
So there's a couple of those in there, a few other like trick items, and something that you notice at the bottom, which is a little how do I describe it? Appears to be a torn photograph in several pieces.
Okay.
And the last thing at the very bottom of the bag is a small pendant of what appears to be a moon, like a crescent moon.
Ooh, pretty.
Make sure it's actually.
Does anything in there seem magic?
Not really.
No.
The only. I would like to ask Marcel.
Mm-hmm.
Are you showing this the ripped up photo? Are you going to try and piece it together, or do you think that this may be something that you shouldn't have open, potentially? As you notice that part of the photo appears to have Xavier's face on it. You are like looking directly into the bag. You've gotten the coins out. I'm assuming you put like the rubber wristband on, judging by what you were doing earlier.
Yeah.
So that's now when you got like a azure blue, like plasticky rubber wristband on. You've taken the double-sided coins out. You have not taken the ripped up photo or the little pendant out.
I will keep that part to myself.
Okay.
No, that's everything.
Are you putting the coins back?
Yes.
Okay. So you tie the back. You close the bag again.
Just a bunch of knickknacks, but I can make good use of these. I think I'll keep it.
Are you putting it back in your
Mhm.
your jacket? Okay. So you pop it back in your jacket.
See, now no one's suspicious when he's walking around with a pouch.
Whatever that was, stop.
I'm throwing a watch around.
Stop.
ADHing.
Monsieur. So the night starts drawing in. You get another big bowl of stew. And you start settling in for the night. Preparing yourself. Like a brain cell. Preparing yourselves for a slightly awkward journey the next day. Are any of you doing anything between food and bed?
More food.
Aside from that,
Oh.
are you interacting with each other about anything? Are you going to go and do anything? Any activity thoughts you want to do?
Maybe can I ask Marcel what he thinks the plans are for the next couple days?
What I think the plans are?
Yeah. You always
Going
know
back
what's
to the house.
happening.
Go into the basement. We're going to find out what We unfortunately were not allowed to know, but it might help us find where the matron has gone.
Wow.
And disturbing privacy is more than okay if it means saving a life.
Of course. Wow.
That
That
is all.
sounds good.
Is
I
everybody here?
like your bracelet.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Oh, and I should probably mention I've been talking to our little dear friend upstairs. His name is
Ooh.
Xavier,
Oh,
A girlfriend?
It's a
and
guy.
he has
no,
and
Here
he
is a
has
guy.
antlers. The antlers guy.
and he has
Yeah.
offered to help us find our matron.
Oh, yay.
So, did he want something in return?
Yes, he wants to be taken to a location so he can get off of the island and find someone very special to him.
Oh,
Basically,
I
he wants
like
us to
your
get him
girlfriend.
out of his house. Because Belle will not let him leave until he is fully recovered, and that will take a long time.
So we are sneaking him out of Belle's
Oh,
house.
and he gave me this! And he puts the ring
I
on.
like Belle.
And you watch as Marcel puts this strange ring on, and he disappears.
Cool, right?
Well,
I'm presuming you're taking it back off again.
Yes.
Wow.
Not before going behind Florian and getting flicking one of his ears. And then he reappears, like other end of the room from there.
wow.
So cool.
Where did you get that?
I forget what everybody knows at this point, because I may know a little bit more than everybody else. But our dear friend upstairs is part of an assassins guild who were hired by the bad people that came after us. Does not get to say no. Penalty of death if he says no. Does not want to be here. Does not want to hurt us. And just wants to find his special person. So,
I like it here.
could be an asset.
I
Literally
like
the only
him.
lead we have, so...
I will
Because I realize I have been being
definitely.
quiet about this for many days now, and I do not want this to spiral.
You hear a loud bang from upstairs, as though somebody has stamped their foot on the floor.
And apparently he's angry. But I have been sneaking up there to talk to him, because Belle will not allow us to see him.
You've been
sorry.
sneaking to see someone in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Sorry.
Are you enamored?
Is
Am I
his
what?
girlfriend?
Oh, don't worry.
I don't know what that word means.
It's
He
okay.
said it's
Hold
his
on.
girlfriend.
It is okay.
No, Xavier is a boy.
Oh,
Well, I don't know about that, but he has been good to me, and he would definitely be useful, so we have made a bit of a deal. I help him get where he needs to be, and he helps us when we travel. You know, so when we're traveling, we don't just get murdered by people that are way stronger than us, because, as I have learned, the two people that turned up at the door were like nothing in comparison to what could potentially be coming. And with consideration that those pendants are fucking scrying, we need all the help we can get. Any
that
questions?
sounds like a good plan.
Sorry, that was so nonchalant. I don't know why, but that tickled my funny bone.
Me,
Okay.
I said Marcel
I don't
always
like
has a
holding
plan.
secrets, so now you know everything.
Yay. Hugmug doesn't like secrets.
Well, the rest of the night, you are... Like, Belle comes in to basically get you all to settle down. Assuming that the loud bang was you.
Mm-hmm.
As she puts her reading glasses away. Well, darlings, I figured out roughly how much I can give y'all. So I'll give that over to you in the morning. It's a bit less than I probably would have wanted to give you, but oh well. The roof of the barn needs redoing. She looks a little bit upset about the fact that she's not able to give you as big a sum.
What happened to it?
Well, she ponders, thinking of how to explain it. Well, after I took our the bandit up to go meet Daisy, because we got Betsy, our cow, who's hopefully going to be having another couple, and my pet Daisy, who I proceeded to feed him to. But she got a little bit excited when I gave her some meat, and
What is Daisy?
oh, she's just adorable. Don't you worry about her. But she might have damaged part of the ceiling. Got a little bit too excited.
Is Daisy a bird?
No, darling. Birds are loud and they poop. They poop everywhere.
Oh, sounds like Mocha.
Wow, uncalled for.
Perhaps I'll take it on here. Shut up. Platonically, cease your laughter, sir.
Mocha, I don't think you poop everywhere.
Oh, you're loud?
Do I just have a litter box in the fucking corner? Is this what's happening? You just like turn
No.
around and you hear like pouring, and it's just like,
What?
hi.
No.
What?
Fucking silence that follows.
The deafening silence.
Oh
Hugmug needs to
dear.
keep his mouth shut.
What the fuck?
So, you all settle down for bed. And it takes you a little longer to settle this time, because I'm picturing a couple of you are trying to see when Marcel decides to sneak off.
You won't see it.
Oh,
That's the
100%.
point of having a invisibility ring.
And so,
How do you bring up?
the ring only applies to you, or the wearer. So you would
I
have
cannot
to.
guarantee being quiet. If I have multiple people. I could ask for a second ring. I doubt he has one, but it's about an ask.
And so, you go. You put the ring on. You go upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're confident that everybody's asleep, though you do have a couple of people that are pretending to be asleep, and are just
Sort of
observing.
like sat up watching the Scoria. So if there's anyone that would be trying to get on this or spy on me, it would be Scoria.
Bruh.
Florian probably tries to and then forgets and just falls asleep anyway. So
Yeah, I'd say Scoria manages to spot you getting out of bed. Florian and Hugmug end up falling asleep. I rolled a D20 for this. For each of you. I rolled a 5, I rolled a 5, a 7, and a 20. I'm picturing Mocha just goes to sleep. She's just like, yep.
Can I have my midnight snack?
I'm picturing like a power nap after another cheese bun.
Yes. I will be awake in like an hour for a midnight snack though.
Valid.
Your time is limited.
It's like, feed me or I shall ascend and smite thee.
Mocha's gonna need to poo again.
No! Where's the litter box?
No.
You eat so much, it's gotta come out sometime.
You are a Mithra. You don't have litter boxes. You are a cat. You are the equivalent of a cat girl that has a vacuum for a mouth.
And
The closest thing.
And a cannon for an arse.
I was gonna say cannon for an arse.
Just because this has been brought to the public, to the cultural zeitgeist. How often do queer poop? They eat constantly.
Poop.
Well, I also have like a really fast metabolism, so I assume if I have anything that has fiber in it, it just shoots through me like a bullet.
No. A crew's digestive system is a lot more efficient, and so it's about the same rate as as a human, maybe half that, because their digestive acid is strong enough. If memory serves correctly. Just double check this because it should be.
Do the crew have an entry in everybody poops?
What?
Sometimes I have to remember that you and I share a bed.
Share a what?
A bed.
Oh.
I'm gonna smother you with a pillow.
Well, I guess it's my last session. Bye, guys.
Oh.
Bye, Marcel.
Quoo have such a powerful stomach acid that it essentially allows them to digest poison, like strong magical poisons, to an effect. It's not complete immunity, but that means they're able to break down like things like bone and stuff like that a lot easier.
I'm having a good time at KFC.
Mocha just can't tell when she's full.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Mocha has like an excessive metabolism. Like it is insane. She eats and then she's hungry again.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm a pig.
I see that, and I say no.
Anything.
You said
anyway.
Sneaking off.
Marcel, you sneak off upstairs.
Not before doing like the two eyes and the I'm watching you sort of thing to Scoria.
Yeah.
And then leaving.
So you go upstairs, and you find...
With the ring.
With the ring, yep. And you go back into Xavier's room. Close the door.
Hello.
And this time he's expecting you.
Don't worry about that, that's just Mocha. She burps in her sleep sometimes.
Hello.
She eats in her sleep too.
And he does it. Once again, his demeanor seems a tiny bit softer towards you. Hello.
Hello.
What brings you back up here, little mouse?
Couple of things. First of all, what the fuck was that big banging sound earlier?
Oh, nothing particular.
What did you do?
Like I said, nothing particular. Roll insight.
Bollocks. Eight.
He seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. I found that thing while I was out. Yeah. And he produces the pouch.
And his eyes light up a little bit. Oh, I thought I lost this. Holy shit.
You dropped it in an alley.
Huh. I guess I hit the bottle a little bit too hard. And he looks inside it. My coins, my necklace, and that.
What is the necklace for?
Hmm?
What is the necklace for?
Oh, it is little piece of home. Where is the? Uh, uh, hmm. Was this open when you found it?
Oh yeah, it has a cool bracelet in it. I'm wearing it.
And his eyes widen a little bit. His face reddens a little. Duh. Can I have that back?
Sure. And he takes it off. And
He takes it and puts it back in the pouch, and puts the pouch back in his bag. After putting the little his dupe coins in there.
I will admit, I put the bracelet on before I realized it was yours, and then I totally forgot to take it off until you mentioned it.
Duh. Well, it's mine.
I gathered that, yeah.
Well, then why did you put it on?
Because I did not know it was yours until after. I just told you!
But if you thought it was mine, he's trying to read you a little bit.
I only know it was yours from the bit of paper at the very bottom. That was at the very top. I went, ooh, cool bracelet, and put it on.
And so.
And then I forgot I had it on my hand until you literally pointed it out.
Alright, okay.
Why? Is it important?
Old fashion.
He just cocked his head to the side.
He just shrugs at you. Anyway. What is the plan? What are you going to do?
Well, whenever you're ready, we're going to go to our old home. Well, what is left of it. He looks at the floor. And open up a cellar which had memorabilia of the matron's previous life. That we were not allowed to see, but it is important. Hopefully, in helping to locate her.
He ponders for a moment.
Oh, and everybody else knows about the plan.
Duh. Well, that is good.
Because I could not keeping secrets. Not from them. They're my family.
He ponders for a moment. You are heading back that way. Might I accompany you?
Would Belle allow you to?
And he rolls his eyes.
I can try and ask Belle to let you.
Well, if you want to do that and acquire my drink, I
Yeah,
would
2 for 1.
appreciate that. Two birds, one stone.
2 for 1, yeah? I can do that.
So,
My.
are you planning on going to acquire Xavier's bottle of drink?
Not in the middle of the night, no. I'm going to ask politely. And then if she says no, I might consider taking it. Because I have to ask politely to let him come with us anyway.
What if I were to ask you kindly to do it?
But I still have to ask her to let you go.
But
Do you need it that badly?
I would like it. It is mine. I do not see what is the problem here.
I do not want to take advantage of hospitality. Belle is a very nice lady. She's been very kind to us, and I do not want to betray that. And
Well,
also, waking her up in the middle of the night to do this is a bit of a dick move.
Who said that you have to wake her up? She's still awake. Can you not hear her?
She is?
Listen, you dipshit. And as you perk your ears up to listen, you can hear Belle is still in the dining room downstairs. She appears to be up late.
Oh, okay. I go ask her.
So you go downstairs.
Mhm.
Go and ask. And you find Belle in the kitchen with a glass of wine.
Ooh, what vintage is that? Oh, so hi.
Oh, hey, darling. How come you're up so late?
Well, I have a little confession to make.
You notice that she is ever so slightly rocking in her chair.
What,
Like-
from me saying that, or already
No.
saying?
She's
that?
she's got a little sway to the left and right to her. Oh, darling. What? Why do you go and confess? Come on.
I may have befriended the dear man upstairs. He's very nice.
Oh, young love.
What?
It's so cute.
Sure, why not?
I could have sworn that you would have been more into Mason, but I suppose that my romance radar ain't exactly what it used to be. And she chuckles to herself.
And Marcel just shrugs it off. Of like, okay, this'll work. I can make this work. Well, he has offered to help us with getting in the cellar and learning about Matron's past, and offers to help us, accompany us, so we don't die while we're trying to get to where we need to get to.
She nods.
And obviously need to leave as soon as possible, but he's afraid that you won't let him leave because he's still recovering.
I can see that.
And also he says he has a little bottle that has been confiscated that he really would like to have. He was very insistent.
She ponders. Gets up. Goes to the cabinet. And grabs out this bottle and hands it to you. Well,
Thank you, Belle.
You all promised me that you're gonna look after him. Feed him at least twice a day. Water him.
Water him?
Yeah. I'm sure you two will be mighty cute together. And she's clearly you can tell you can tell from like prior experience where you've woken up in the night to find Helga in a slightly similar state. She's had a couple. She is very clearly celebrating the fact that she can finally get the barn's roof fixed with a few glasses of wine.
Hey, if I made 24 grand in one day, I'd be pretty happy too.
Mm. And she's very clearly winding you up about sneaking in to see the dear man. Oh well. He's your responsibility now, sugar.
Thank you. And he like gives a little bow. And a hug.
And the way that her facial expression changes, it's like you melted her heart as she comes up to you and just gives you a big squeeze. And she has a bit of a moment of cuteness aggression. You can hear your back pop a little bit from the force that she is exerting in this hug before she lets you go. Oh, ain't you just adorable?
Good night, Belle. Ugh. And he scurries off back upstairs. Or wherever he is relative to where he is now, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The kitchen's downstairs, yeah?
Kitchen's downstairs. So you
Okay.
go back upstairs into Xavier's room.
Look what I got! Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I didn't think you would do it. Thank you.
No problem. And count on me. And he does like a little salute.
He smiles. Well, you should get some sleep, little mouse. Perhaps. He ponders. No, I shouldn't. I appreciate you getting my drink for me.
It was nothing. What was the friends for? Oh, damn it, I said it again. Not on my side. Not on my side. Boundaries.
Well, I suppose you could be friendly by keeping me company.
Keeping your company?
Duh.
What do you mean?
Maybe I shouldn't.
And also cocks his head confused.
You are free to go.
Okay.
Thank you for getting me my drink.
You're going to help us just get to the thing, right?
Duh.
Good.
And he climbs. He climbs back into his bed. But you notice that you have a potential opportunity here. As he gets into his bed, he kind of shuffles and leaves space. You could sneak in, or return to your bed.
Marcel lets the intrusive thoughts win. Marcel lets the intrusive thoughts win, and he gets in bed.
You hop into Xavier's bed.
Good night.
He seems a little startled.
And Marcel turns over and starts going to sleep.
But he burritos you in his blanket. And rolls over. So you're back to back. Thank you, little friend. I appreciate it.
No problem. What else are friends for? And he falls asleep.
And that is where we're going to end off. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.